In today's busy and complex healthcare landscape, using locum tenens providers is becoming a standard part of staffing. And if you're a physician that's considering locum tenens, either as a full-time job or a supplement to your current work, you need to make sure your malpractice insurance is handled correctly. So, before you jump into your first locums assignment, we're going to give you 3 things that you must know to ensure that you're protected. Welcome to Malpractice Insights, the show dedicated to helping healthcare professionals understand medical malpractice insurance and providing you with the solutions you need so that you can get back to the work of practicing good medicine. My name is Jennifer Wiggins, CEO of Aegis Malpractice Solutions, and I'm so glad you've joined us today. If you're new to our channel, welcome. We're so glad you're here. We release a new episode every week, both on YouTube and your favorite podcast streaming platform, so be sure to like and subscribe to stay connected. Just a quick reminder before we jump in, we're here to provide general information on medical malpractice insurance and related topics, but not specific legal or insurance advice. So if you have a question about your practice or individual coverage needs, be sure to ask your agent or legal advisor or contact us at aegismalpractice.com. That's AEGIS malpractice.com. We'd be happy to help. Locum tenens is a Latin phrase that means to hold a place. A locum tenens physician is a placeholder or one who temporarily works in place of a regular physician when they're absent. Locum tenens physicians play an important role in healthcare because they allow for continuity of patient care when a practice is short-staffed or when a physician is gone for vacation, illness, sabbatical, or training. Locum tenens can be a valuable experience for physicians all throughout their career. A new grad can try out different types of practices in different locations to see what they like before committing to a full-time position. Some physicians enjoy the opportunity to fill in for a friend from medical school or residency, or to help out a colleague who trusts them with their patients. Physicians who experience a sudden job loss or who may be looking to bridge the gap can also work as locum tenens providers to make some extra money. Physicians who are later in their career can use locum tenens to begin scaling back their practice or work locums after they've retired to continue practicing on a limited basis. But as appealing as all of this sounds, there are 3 big things that you need to know about your malpractice coverage to ensure that you can enjoy the freedom and flexibility of locums work without compromising your protection. First, if you are working for a locum tenens placement agency, be sure to ask about the coverage that's being provided for you. Locum tenens placement agencies will usually provide your malpractice insurance, but you need to ensure that it's quality coverage. So here are some questions to ask. 1. Who's the insurance carrier? 2. What kind of coverage is it? Claims made or occurrence? 3. What limits do you have, and are you being enrolled in the necessary compensation funds? 4. Where are you covered? And 5. What are the terms? If the placement agency is providing you with claims-made coverage, be sure to ask about tail insurance so that you're clear on who will be responsible for purchasing it after you leave. If it's not already spelled out in your employment contract, make sure you get it in writing so there's no confusion when the time comes. It's also wise to keep a copy of your certificate of insurance or policy declaration page for each year that you work for the locums agency so that you have a record of insurance that was provided for you during that time. You'll need this information for future malpractice applications, credentialing forms, or in the event that you need to report a claim. The second thing that locums providers need to know is what kind of coverage they have if they want to fill in for a friend or colleague. If you're not working for a locums agency, you can still work as a locum tenens physician on your own. The most common situation is filling in for a friend or a colleague while they're gone. Often a physician's malpractice insurance policy affords them a set number of free locum coverage days per year. This means that if a doctor goes on vacation and they want someone else to see their patients while they're gone, a locums provider can come in and the malpractice carrier will then add them to the current insurance policy via endorsement for the days in which they'll be filling in. And then in the event of a claim involving that locums provider, the primary physician's insurance will activate to cover the locums doctor. If it's not possible for the locums physician to be covered under the primary doctor's policy, due to state requirements, availability, or any other issues, they can just request their own individual coverage. Often insurance carriers are willing to provide short-term policies for only the period of time in which the locums physician will be filling in. If you're going to be working frequently, it might make sense for you to get an annual policy for your locums work and then have it rated as a part-time provider. This will give you the most flexibility, so you don't have to notify the insurance carrier every time you start and stop an assignment. And the third thing that locums providers need to know about is the hidden risks with tail insurance. As we discussed earlier, it's important for locums physicians to learn about their tail requirements as part of the contract negotiation with the locums agency. However, there are other, often hidden, tail insurance risks for locums physicians to be aware of. Before you fill in for your friend or colleague, be sure to check the tail requirements if they have a claims-made policy. As long as the physician keeps continuous insurance, there will be no issue with coverage for the locums provider. But if your insured doctor friend cancels their coverage, fails to pay their premium, or drops the insurance for any other reason and then doesn't buy their tail or secure ongoing coverage, you will be exposed. So be sure to discuss this risk with the physician that you'll be filling in for and get a statement in writing if necessary to be sure that you're protected. This can be an awkward conversation, especially if you're filling in for a friend, but it's important that you nail this down. They need to understand that if they go bare, you're left bare. Another hidden tail insurance risk for locums physicians affects those providers who have retired and then may want to come back to work at a later time. Many carriers offer free tail insurance for providers who are fully retiring from the practice of medicine. But if a provider retires, earns their free tail, and then wants to go back to work as a locum tenens physician or otherwise, the previously offered free tail can potentially be voided. Providers with occurrence coverage won't have an issue with this, but those on claims-made policies should ask their insurance agent or carrier before jumping back into practice after retiring. Locum tenens can be a fun, fulfilling way to earn some additional income, travel, and gain more experience and knowledge. But before you jump in, make sure you're asking the right questions. Talk to a knowledgeable malpractice insurance agent to make sure you're prepared and protected as you venture into the world of locum tenens. If you have any questions on this topic, or you want to make sure that you're covered appropriately, click the link in the description box below where you can connect with us via phone, email, or chat today. And if you're listening, please visit us online at aegismalpractice.com. That's AEGIS malpractice.com. We have some great episodes lined up for you in the next few weeks. I hope you found this one helpful. If so, could you do me a favor and give us a like and leave a review? And be sure to subscribe to our show so that you can catch our next installment of Malpractice Insights, where we're dedicated to helping you understand medical malpractice insurance and providing you with the solutions you need so that you can get back to the work of practicing good medicine. This is Jennifer Wiggins. Thanks for joining us.